Islam Israel. We are the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, started out of 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under the commanding general Yohana. We've been bringing this truth since 1969, and that truth is that the so-called blacks, the so-called Hispanics, and the so-called Native Indians are the true Jews of the Bible, and the white man is the devil that the Bible speaks of.
Right.
Today, we're going to speak on something that's that's important in our community today. As you all know, I guess we got the mayoral race coming up, and we got a couple of people up on this mayoral panel that are running for mayor. Right? First thing about running for a mayor or any kind of position, a lot of people really need to think about is, are these people that you chose to run, or are these people that were given to you from? You understand what I'm saying? It's a difference when you choose somebody to run for an office. In Israel, we don't, our leader is Christ. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
That's who we follow. We follow Christ. We follow the law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High. But I'm talking about for people who are not in the truth. They are out to choose a mayor. And the first thing that I want people to think about, and I asked the question in the beginning, are these people that you chose, or are you given a set of people to choose from? And it's a big difference, because when you choose somebody, that's who you really want. But when they give you a choice, that's not exactly or specifically who you want. They're giving you a choice, giving the people that are out for their agenda. You understand what I'm saying? Most of the time, when you're given a choice like that, the people that are not running with your cause in mind. You understand what I'm saying? You understand what I'm saying? That's all.
Right.
They not when a person picks somebody for you to choose from, they not running with your benefits in you understand what I'm saying? With your cause in mind, with what you need at the forefront. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
And we went to a town hall meeting 3 weeks ago. And 3 weeks ago, a lot of questions were being asked that none of these mayoral candidates could answer. You understand what I'm saying? Now, us at the Isupk, we have the answer. You understand? But our purpose for going out there was to show the people that these people do not have your interests at heart. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
They're running with their own agenda. They have their own interests at heart. And us as so-called blacks, Negroes, and this so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, we look up to political leadership as though these people can really bring us out of the hell that we're in. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
We look up to these people like something new is going to happen. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
Slavery ended in 1865, right? 1865, and if I'm not mistaken, Negroes was given the right to vote in 1870. The votes were being suppressed. It wasn't until 1965 that they were given all out rights to vote without being suppressed. So since 1965, the so-called African American, the so-called Hispanic, and the so-called Native Indian have been voting without it being suppressed. And since 1965, let me ask one question. What has changed in your neighborhood that you can say, voting changed this, voting changed that? You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
What can you look at in your neighborhood and say, because we had the right to vote, this is what changed in my neighborhood? Now we live in Baltimore. I grew up Park Heights and Spalding, right? I grew up in Bell and Garrison, Poplar Grove and Emerson. I lived over up off of Monument Street. I lived down there on every end of this city, from end to end. Monument Street, over off of Caroline, off of Chapel Street, over by what's that called? Church Square.
Church.
Over there by Church Square, all of that. You understand? Used to hoop up, go check everywhere. Since 1965, me personally, I have seen nothing change in our neighborhood. Right?
Right.
Maryland State Lottery started in 1973. And the whole Maryland State Lottery's premise was that this would make schools better. We're going to use the money to make schools better. All you have to do is vote for this law, right? 1973, Maryland State Lottery started. Since 1973, since up to 2020, I have seen nothing but city schools shut down. I've seen all of the programs that used to help kids getting out of school, graduate from school, to fall right into a what do they call it, a career. Whether it be a career in automotive, machining, printing, or whatever. All of those electives used to be in the high schools all around the city. And you got like maybe 2 or 3 schools out of the whole Baltimore city that still have programs like that.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
Since 1973, what has changed? Since 1965, you had the right to vote. What has changed in your neighborhood? Somebody tell me, what has changed in our neighborhood that we can say voting does something for us? Anybody got anything to say anything on it? Nobody. You understand what I'm saying? What does voting do for us? Voting does nothing for us. What voting does is it gives the next greedy mayor a chance to suppress you for another, what's that? How many years they go? 4, 5, 6 years or something like that? 4 years?
4-year term.
They get to suppress you for another 4 years. Think about it, right? Mayor Schaefer did what for the city of Baltimore? He put some trash cans on every corner, right? He put trash cans on every corner, right?
I thought
Poverty rate was still the same.
Sheila did that.
No, I'm talking about Mayor Schaefer, the 70s into the 80s. Mayor Schaefer. I mean, he took ball hoops.
Right.
They had the little crisscross look like the nets.
Right.
That was him.
Oh, that was him.
That was him. Trash ball. You remember that?
Oh, yeah.
Everybody picking up trash bottles. You remember that?
I do.
He put trash cans all around the city. For the European, he built that harbor.
Right.
That harbor wasn't built for us. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
But he took the grounds that the harbor used to be on, that people used to come down and have picnics on. Excuse me, cookouts. Can't say picnics. We know that.
Mm-hmm.
But that they used to have cookouts on, and they used to bring families down. They used to have all kinds of little family events down there. He took that harbor and he built that harbor down there, but he built that for the European. He built that for the oppressor. He built that for the people in Little Italy who had that town hall meeting in their neighborhood 3 weeks ago. What did the Europeans say in that town hall meeting? They said, "Oh, we good with the trash pickup because we pay for our home. How can they pay for their own trash? And they get trash picked up 2 times a week, and then they have, you see recycling come to your neighborhood?
Mm-hmm.
I ain't never seen recycling come to my neighborhood.
Oh, mine's there. They do.
Come to your neighborhood?
Mm-hmm.
Ain't that a deep?
Yeah, they come.
They don't come to every neighborhood.
Nah, I'm right at the line.
But they paying for it. How are they? When you go into those Italian restaurants and all those Italian stores, who's in there? It's our people.
Right.
They paying for it off of us. How do you have a little Italy in the middle of the city, right? Think about it. In the middle of the city. And it's no rats. But as soon as you go 3 or 4 blocks over, out of Little Italy, and you see rats, how do they do that? Can you tell me that? How do they do that? Because all of this stuff is built for the oppressor. You understand? All of this voting and stuff is built for the oppressor. When you vote, you are voting to better the oppressor. Now, with all of this voting that we're doing, right? Let me ask you a question. When do you ever see the Chinese at the vote? When do you see the Koreans at the vote booth? When do you see the East Indians at the vote? Check this out. What's his name? Theo Roger. What's his name? The one running for the mayor?
Chumbabi, Punjab.
He's Indian, right?
Right.
How is he running for mayor? The only thing we heard him talking about is crime. We're going to bring crime. We're going to bring crime right now. We're going to bring crime right now. And he was the same one that had the problem. I was calling the police for the vote. And he had expired registration and tag and all of that. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Crime. He just avoided and ducked out
For crime.
from being a criminal. And he wants to fight crime. Somebody who is committing crimes wants to fight crime and lock you up. They talked about locking you. Young, everybody unemployed. The only way, instead of going out there selling drugs and committing all kinds of crimes, they out there doing squeegee. And they say, "Oh, these squeegee kids, they're this and they're that." And I've seen multiple white people tell a squeegee kid, "Go ahead and wash my windows," and then they pull off and not pay. Wouldn't you be pissed off?
Yeah.
I understand why that squeegee kid, the one squeegee kid that they showed that hit somebody's car, One, they built a whole ploy and talked about that for a whole hour. This is what voting gets us. You understand? Voting gets us locked up. Because when you vote for any of these people, their whole plan and their whole goal is to lock us up and make money off of us. Just like they make all of these promises and make money off of us. Let's pull a scripture on this anyway. Let's go to Ecclesiasticus 37 and 11.
Ecclesiasticus, chapter 37, verse 11. Neither consult with a woman. You say Ecclesiasticus?
Yeah.
37 and 11? Okay. Neither consult with a woman touching her of whom she is jealous.
Neither consult with a woman touching her of whom she is jealous. What does that mean? What does that mean? Neither consult with a woman touching her of whom she is jealous. Say now. Look, check this out, right? Basically, what it's saying is, why would you consult or ask a woman about another woman whom she is jealous of? You understand what I'm saying? Basically, it's saying, why would you ask somebody about somebody who's jealous of a person like that? Like, it's like, let's just say you inquiring about this woman right here, right? And this woman right here is jealous of her. Why would you ask her about that? You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
It's a question saying, like, why would you ask a jealous woman about a woman who she's jealous of? You understand? You got that?
Time.
Go ahead.
Neither with a coward in matters of war.
You understand that right there? Neither with a coward in the matters of war. Why would you ask a coward about anything about war? What would a coward do in a war?
Cry.
Run.
Right.
So why would you consult with a coward about anything about war? You understand what I'm saying? Go ahead.
Nor with a merchant concerning exchange, nor with a
No. It says, nor with a merchant concerning exchange. Think about it. You consult with a merchant concerning exchange.
Right.
How much would you pay me for this? How much would you pay me for that? How much? If I gave you this, what would you give me for that? You
Right.
know what I'm saying? Why would you consult somebody who's not going to play fair with you?
Right.
Listen to what I'm saying. Why would you consult somebody in exchange of something who you know not going to play fair with you?
Right.
That's basically what it's saying. You feel me?
Right.
Go ahead.
Nor with a buyer of selling.
You got that, right?
Right.
All right, go ahead.
Nor with a
Envious.
or with okay. Nor with slacking. Nor with an envious man of thankfulness.
Go ahead.
Nor with a unmerciful man touching kindness.
Right.
Nor with a slothful for any work.
Nor with a slothful for any work, like, nor with a person who's lazy. Why would you ask? Like, remember when you used to be young, you used to have a dude around the way, and he never worked, right? He never worked. And you may be looking for a job, and you ask him, like, what's a good place I can go work at? You know anybody hiring? Why would you ask a slothful person?
Nor with an hireling for a year of finishing work.
You got that?
Nor with a hireling.
Just hire. How you know about finishing work?
Right.
Started work. You understand?
Right.
Go ahead. Yeah, this is the part right here is where I'm. This is the part where I'm getting at right here. This part right here. Go ahead.
Nor with an idle servant of much business.
Nor with an idle servant just like this mayoral race. All of these politicians that our people vote in, you understand? They are idle servants. What does it mean by an idle servant? Idle servant.
Idle, just not doing,
idle mean?
just
sitting in one spot, just doing nothing.
Right.
Just like you idle a car running, but it's sitting in one spot.
Right.
It should be moving, but it's not.
Right.
It's sitting in one spot. It's on, it's running, but it's sitting in one spot. You voting these people in. You voting these politicians in. You voting them in for a particular reason, right? You vote them in for a particular reason. Finish it off.
Hearken not unto thee.
No. Start with that
nor with an idle servant of much business.
Of much business. You hiring them to do a particular business for you.
Right.
But they're standing idle.
Right.
You wanted them, they said in that race, they said, we're going to do this and we're going to do that. But we vote them in and they do nothing for us. You understand what I'm saying? That mayoral race, those mayoral candidates, each one of them had blemishes against them. Theoraja, if I got his name right, that's the East Indian dude. The whole time he's talking about fighting crime. That's his whole bit, right?
Mm-hmm.
When we know the whole time he's talking about fighting crime, he's talking about locking us up. You understand what I'm saying? And you had ex-mayor Sheila Dixon, who was in there for what? Being a woman and stealing money. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
Being a woman and stealing money. Then they had who? Who else did they have? Ed Norris. Right? He got caught up in the 9/11 scandal. Right? Stealing money from a 9/11 fund. He did 6 months in a federal prison. He has a felony on his record. And he's running for mayor. Think about these people that they got you taken from. Right? He was part of Sheila Dixon. When Sheila Dixon was the president, was the city council president,
mm-hmm.
She chose him to be the police commissioner of Baltimore City. And everybody was getting locked up, thrown in jail, hit with football numbers. You understand what I'm saying? She was part of that with him. They collaborated with that. You understand what I'm saying? She ain't got a good record, and he ain't got a good record. And on top of that, he's a thief too.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? He's a thief too. He got caught. He has a felony. So let me ask a question, right? When is the last time you ever seen a felony come out and run for office? A felon. He is an oppressor. See, the oppressor has different rules than we have.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? The oppressor gets to be a felon and run for office and vote. You don't vote in the UK. You already know who our king is. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
But my whole point is when our brothers and sisters get out coming from federal prison, they don't even have the right to vote, let alone run for mayor or any kind of government official office. You understand what I'm saying? I think you got spread.
No, I do.
You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
What does, since 1965, I'm asking the question again, since 1965, we can vote since 1965, officially. What has voting got us? It's two, right? That Pimlico racetrack, they built that Pimlico racetrack in 1870. And they put it right damn near in the heart of Baltimore City, right? And they said the premise of that racetrack being there was to help Baltimore City. Namely, it's supposed to help the Park Heights area. After a while, in the early 70s, the late 60s, in the early 70s, it was supposed to, the economy from that was supposed to build that whole neighborhood up. Have you seen any difference?
No.
I live right there, Park Heights Fall.
Right.
I ain't see no difference. I ain't see no money matriculate into the neighborhood or anything.
Nothing.
They were supposed to help the merchants that had businesses. Now, let me remind you too, every business in that neighborhood was black owned, except for Cinderella's. Remember Cinderella's?
Mm-hmm.
Used to be that was the old cousin store right there. That was the only store that I seen that evolved. You understand what I'm saying? But they was taking everybody's money in the neighborhood anyway, so they should have evolved.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? But from 1870, and like I said, once that Park Heights neighborhood got built up around, the whole premise was that money would be funneled back into Baltimore City, and those businesses around the racetrack were supposed to be built up. Yeah, hundreds of black businesses around in that neighborhood, up and down Park Heights. Not to mention all the little candy stores and the little mom and pop stores used to be up and down.
Right.
Because we used to stop there before we went to school in the morning.
Right. By Belvedere.
Every one of those stores was owned by black people.
Right.
You understand? And that was in the 70s. You feel me?
Right.
What does voting get us? What does trusting your oppressor get you? I mean, think about it. President Trump said that when he ran for office his first time out. He said, you might as well vote for me black people. I mean, what have you got to lose? Think about it. What did he say? What did Obama do for you? You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
Basically, what did Obama do for you? What do you got to lose in voting for me? You didn't get nothing from him. If I don't get nothing, if I don't give you anything, you ain't losing nothing. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
You're not losing nothing. Obama didn't do nothing for you. He did everything for homosexuals and gay people.
Dang.
And he came out and said that. He didn't even say it like, you know how you say it, he say everything in a tweet. He didn't even say it in a tweet. He didn't even say it like behind closed doors. He said it on TV. What have you got to lose?
With Donald Trump.
Wow.
Yeah.
He's good for black people though.
Right.
And I'm gonna tell you why he's good for black people. He's good for black people because he's showing you how white people really feel about it. He's showing you how the oppressor really feels about it.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
And if black people can't wake up, if Hispanic people can't wake up, think about if the Native Indian can't. They put Native Indians on reservations, right? Told them, we're not going to do anything. This is your land. This is whatever you want to do, you can do. We're not going to bother you. And then try to run a pipeline through their land. They ready to pick up and move these people again. There they go, breaking another treaty. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
They signed a treaty with these people. They signed 177 way back when they first got here and broke every one of them. How could the Native Indians sign another treaty and trust these people again? How could you sign another treaty and trust your oppressor again? You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
But Israel, we never learned. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
Israel, we never learned. We trusted these people so much. You understand? We trusted these people so much, and they keep destroying us. They keep knocking us on our butts. We keep going back at them. We keep giving and giving and giving. Keep giving our time. We keep giving everything to these people. They keep destroying us. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
Let's go. See, let's do this, right? Let's grab another scripture. One more scripture, right? Go ahead. Finish that. Finish that.
Hearken not unto those in any matter of counsel.
Say that again.
Hearken not unto those in any matter of counsel.
One more time.
Hearken not unto these in any matter of counsel.
Hearken not unto these in any matter of counsel. Stop going to these people, expecting them to do something for you when you know they're not.
Right.
Hearken not unto these in any matter of counsel.
Right.
We keep going to people that have nothing good to do for us, who do not have our best interests at heart. And we continue to go to them. Listen, and you know what's crazy?
What's that?
What's crazy to me is that, and until you really let it sink in, right? Until you really let it sink in, we've been voting since 1965. How do they keep lying to us and we keep falling for it? How do they keep lying to us and we keep falling for it? How do we keep asking for the same thing over and over and over again? Let's say, hold on, stop. Let's do this. Look, 75, 85, 95, 2005, 15, 20, right? 55 years. 55 years we've been asking for the same thing.
And never got it.
But think about how many votes that is. Think about how many voting cycles that is. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
Think about how many voting cycles. Think about this, right? And you always say, yeah, you will get me once, but you ain't gonna get me twice. You feel me?
Uh-huh.
Now we talking about how many times? 22 times? Damn near 20 times, right? Something like that. Keep falling for the same thing. Keep voting. Keep voting. And think about this, right? We had this school for how long?
This school?
Yeah. Yeah. Just under a year. But we just paid it not too long ago. We was out there, remember?
It's been
even been a year yet.
We coming around a year.
Coming around to a year, we already have school. Think about it. Commanding General Yohana.
Right.
He got over 37 schools all around the country and in different countries, right?
Right.
Working with the least amount. And just imagine if all of those people that threw away all of those votes, all of those people that didn't care about it, imagine if they came over. Imagine all of those people that stopped listening to those lying preachers, lying pastors, stealing money. Imagine if they put their effort right here in the UP. Imagine where we'd be. You understand what I'm saying? Think about it. Think about that. 1965, 55 years. Let's go back. Let's reverse, right? Came out of slavery in 1865, right? By 1920, we had millionaires. By 1920, we had millionaires.
Right.
65, 1865. 1875, 85, 95, 1905. Same amount of time. Think about it. Same amount of time. 65 to 20. 1865, 1920. That's the same amount of time. That's exactly the same amount of time. 55 years. And we had millionaires.
Back then.
Black communities, black stores, black supermarkets.
Black farmers.
Black farms. Black movie theaters, black restaurants. Why did we have all of that?
And right.
They didn't want us to vote, so we had to depend on our own people. Exactly the same amount of time. And when I say black millionaires, I'm talking about black people who took care of their own people. I ain't talking about these hen-picked niggas. Like I ain't talking about no hen-picked rap niggas that's talking about we the millionaire, billionaire club and all that bullshit, but not doing anything for their own people. I'm talking about millionaires who took care of their own people, their own community, and their own, who built up their community, who took where they was living at and built it up. They didn't move out into with the oppressor and help the oppressor build up his stuff. Like these Negroes doing today. Like all these rap niggas doing today. Moving out, helping the oppressor build up his. These niggas took their vote and voted for the oppressor instead of voting for us. Understand? You ever seen them rap niggas on what's his name? Maybe Jay-Z and Puffy and all them niggas, and they talking about toasting up and all that bullshit.
Over $1 billion
Yeah.
worth of people in there.
Worth of people. And listen, over $1 billion, and none of them niggas own a football team, a basketball team. They don't own no grocery stores. They don't own shit. $1 billion and they don't own shit. $1 billion and they can't even speak their mind. What good is it if you can't speak your mind? You feel me?
Right.
What good is that? These a bunch of sellout ass niggas. You feel me?
Right.
You sellout niggas. All that money, we had millionaires in the 1920s. They took care of their community and took care of their people. We had to depend on each other. These niggas don't take care of nobody but themselves. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
Let's grab, give me Lamentations 4 and 17. Lamentations, oh, you know what? Knock it off, stop for a minute. Stop right there. There's the microphone.
Must be still in the camp.
Grab that. No, leave that one right there. Grab the other one. That's it. I didn't even realize we had. That makes you wrong. This. There we go. A little bit more. There we go. Got that? That's what's up. Where was we at? So Lamentations 4 and 17. Lamentations chapter 4 and 17.
Slack.
Let me know when you got that.
Dang. Lamentation. Lamentations chapter 4, verse 17. As for us, our eyes as yet fail for our vain help.
What does that mean? As for us, our eyes as yet fail for our vain help. Who are our eyes?
Our eyes is our watches.
Leaders.
Right.
Our leaders.
Say our watches.
They have failed.
Right.
For our vain help, our empty help. Ain't no, go ahead.
In our watching, we have watched for a nation that could not save us.
that vote do? In our watching, we have watched for a nation that could not save us. We always looking for people to save us. We always looking for people to pull us up out of a hole.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? And basically, when you going in and you going in to vote, you're looking for a nation that cannot, and will not save you.
Right.
These people are not here to save us. The Most High put us here to save us. Zephaniah 2:1 says what? Gather yourselves together. Yea, gather yourself together. O nation not desired. We are that nation not desired. You understand what I'm saying? He told us to gather ourselves together. So that's the whole purpose.
Right.
Nothing else behind that. He knew that these people were not going to help us. They wasn't going to do the things that we needed for us to survive and be comfortable. And then the few pickaninny niggas that they do pick, they out for themselves. They out to help the oppressor. That's just like Oprah Winfrey and what's that, Gayle King. Every time something happens to a Negro, they the first one to bash a man. You understand what I'm saying? But when it comes to the oppressor does the same thing. And they had nothing but praise to say about that oppressor. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
Bash him. As soon as the man wasn't even in the ground, what a hot week, huh? They already out slamming. But they don't say nothing about Harvey Weinstein. What's that? What's the other one name?
A lot of them. When they so-called committed suicide.
So-called committed suicide.
Epstein.
The one that used to hang out with Trump.
Yeah.
The one, the pedophile.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. The one that Trump used to be with all the time.
Right.
Pedophile.
Right.
That Trump used to be with. Pedophile.
Right.
Trump.
The
pedophile.
Right.
Yeah.
Epstein.
Yeah.
That's him.
Trump. Pedophile.
Oprah had a man, but he turned out to be a faggot. I mean,
I don't even think
gay.
He was real. I don't think he was real. I don't think he was real. He like the nigga behind the fence on that, what's that show? You never see his face? You always see
right, yeah.
That's who he is. Like,
right.
And she a homosexual.
Ain't no thinking it.
She bashed men. She bashed men to no end. Even when she was on People Are Talking, when she was here in Baltimore in the early 70s, I don't ever remember seeing her with a man. Never talked about a man. They pick Negroes like that to bash our people.
She must don't like children either.
Politically. Listen, these are the people that are supposed to be, that they choose to be what? Our leaders.
Right.
When it comes to talking about black people, they always pick Oprah, Gayle King. Where the hell did she come from?
She came out of left field somewhere.
Gayle King.
She be on Good Morning America, I think.
I know, but goddamn, where she come from? How did she get on Good Morning? You gotta be somebody before you get on Good Morning America.
She's Oprah's best friend.
Pickaninny, huh? They picking them well.
Yep. Really good.
They picking them well. You know what I mean? I mean, damn. And our watching, we are watched. Look, it says, in our watching, we have watched for a nation that could not save us. We keep going out to these vote polls. We keep putting out our all into people who could not save us. We keep putting our all into a nation that could not save us. This is what happens when you fall into the customs and culture of another nation. What do we always say? Not as all. When you integrate into a thing, you become that thing that you integrate into.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
So when you integrate into that thing that you become, when you integrate into that, when you become that thing that you integrate into, your needs are no longer at the forefront. The needs of the culture that you fall into becomes at the forefront. And our oppressor is about making money off of us. And this is exactly what happened. You understand?
God.
This is exactly what happened. When integration, this is the thing that destroys us. That Martin Luther King effect, this is the result of the Martin Luther King effect. And then not to mention, you have a bunch of millionaire women with low self-esteem. They have so much low self-esteem to the point where they bash and destroy their own men. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
Where when you see the white man, you never hear his woman bashing him. You see the Chinese man, you never see his woman bashing him. You see the Arab, you never hear his woman bashing him. You understand? Even the African, you never hear his woman bashing him. We are the only culture that our women are taught that they don't need a man. This is the Martin Luther King effect. This is what voting gets you. Voting gets your women stupid. It gets you dumbass women.
Right.
I ain't talking about the women that's here in the UPK. We got the best women on the planet. No, we got the best women on the planet.
Right.
You understand? Ain't no doubt about that. No question. It says in the Bible, what does it say? When we find us a woman, we find us a good thing.
Mm-hmm.
See, a lot of women like to pull that scripture and throw that on the nigga, right? But they gotta understand these because you don't have your man's interest at heart. You serve your man and his interest, your interest will be served too.
Right.
Women don't understand that. This is what makes the woman. Listen, the Most High put the woman on the earth to be what? A helpmeet.
Mm-hmm.
What is a helpmeet? A woman, a helpmeet is a woman who stands behind her man in all things. And that's if you have a righteous man. When you stand behind a righteous man in all things that he do, all of his interests are fulfilled and all of your interests become fulfilled. The one thing that makes a man work hard is when he knows he has a good woman standing behind him.
Yep.
And in some cases, even in the world, in some cases that works. But definitely when you got a righteous man, and a righteous woman behind that man, it's nothing that can stop them. You understand what I'm saying? Well, this is what voting gets us. Voting gets us. I'm going to say something that I shouldn't. Wicked women. I'm going to say something else, but I ain't going to say that. Wicked women is what voting gets us. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
And when you have a righteous man and you have a righteous woman standing behind that man, there ain't nothing that can stop us. Not only that, voting is unnecessary. And you have a righteous man and a righteous woman. Because they're gonna be with each other regardless. And their goals are gonna be met. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
Your goals are not gonna be met standing in those voting booths because the people who you voting for do not have your interest at heart. You feel me? Your interests are definitely not at heart. You got something? You good?
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, let's jump to another scripture, right? Let's do this. Let's go to Revelation 13:10.
Right. Got it.
Hold up a minute. That's not it. That's not it. Hold up a minute. What is Zephaniah 3 and 8?
Is that it?
No, that's not it either. Wait. I'm coming. Deuteronomy 28:48.
Is that it?
That's it. No, yeah. Go ahead.
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 48. Therefore shalt thou serve thy enemy, which the Lord shall send against thee.
Say that again.
Therefore shalt thou serve thy enemy, which the Lord shall send against thee.
Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee. That's what we're doing right now. You understand what I'm saying? Because we always want to step into those vote groups, and because we want to vote for people who don't have our best interest at heart, we're going to serve thine enemies that the Most High brought. What does it say again? Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee. These are our enemies that the Most High sent against us. And we serving them. We serving them with vigor.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
They are destroying us.
Right.
But this is what we choose to do instead of following the Most High. Instead of following the prophets and listening to the prophets of the Most High. We choose to follow our enemies.
Mm.
You understand?
Right.
And our enemies are making a sweet dollar off of our back. Think about this. What did I mean you talking last week, Dr. Zoe? When I said, when we was talking about, think about you working at McDonald's. We was talking about McDonald's. You can work at McDonald's and you can make $20 an hour. And McDonald's will still make out. You can pay every employee $20 an hour, 7 something an hour.
Right.
Work the hell out of you for 7 something an hour. And they still making millions upon millions of dollars. And they pay you $7.65 or whatever they pay. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
They can pay everybody at McDonald's can make $20 an hour and they can still make out. But that's how greedy our oppressor is. You understand what I'm saying? And
right.
Therefore shall serve thine enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee. Because we choose to step into those voting booths, because we choose not to listen to the Most High, because we choose not to follow these laws, statutes, and commandments, these are the things that happen to us. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
Go ahead. Stop right there. In hunger. You gotta listen. When you are hungry, think about it, right? That's a slave right there.
Mm.
You work hard as ever. Then when you get hungry, you gotta go to your master to get food. You gotta go to the oppressor to get food. Go ahead.
And in thirst.
When you thirsty, you got to go to the oppressor. Just like a slave. You feel me? That's a slave. Go ahead.
And in nakedness.
When you need clothing, who do you go to? Who do we go to when we need clothing? You gotta go to our oppressor, right?
Right.
In everything. Think about it. When a slave is out in the field and he gets hungry, he got to go to his oppressor. When a slave gets thirsty, he got to go to his oppressor. When a slave needs shoes or clothing, he got to go to his oppressor. All of these things, when you get paid at the end of the week, you take that money and you got to go buy food from your oppressor. You gotta go buy a drink from your oppressor, and you gotta go buy food from your oppressor. So all week, you working in the field. That's a slave. That's a modern day slave. If we think about this, right? We are the only people in the history of this planet who lives in a place and does not own anything in the place that they live. We don't own any businesses. We don't do business. We don't do business with anybody on the planet. And I'm talking about meaningful business. I'm talking about business where you can build a community and you can build a nation off of. I ain't talking about that little clothing spot that your man got where he's selling sweatsuits and incense. I'm talking about that. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I'm talking about just what the Korean got, just what the Chinese got, just what the East Indian got, just what the African got. You understand?
Right.
All of them own something that they can build a nation off of. They either own a gas station, a Dunkin' Donuts, a 7-Eleven, or a corner store.
Crown Chicken.
Crown Chicken, that's a corner store too, a sub shop. Think about it, and they build off of that. Most of those stores make about $10,000 a week. You feel me? They're making $10,000 a week off of our people. Where does that put us at?
Hey, you don't even talk about the hair store.
And then, once again, what do we always talk about? 70% of the United States economy is built off the consumer, right?
Right.
70% of the United States economy is built off the consumer. Who is the consumer?
Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans.
Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Reason why we are consumers because we take in, don't give out. We buy, but we don't sell. We are the only people on the face of the feed. We take in, but we don't give out. We don't do anything on this. All we do, we give it a check and we give it right back. We give it a check and we give it right back. You understand what I'm saying? That's a consumer. A consumer takes in. Think about it, right? The supermarket, even let's go to the sub shop that you go to, right? How many times do you see Chinese people standing in the sub shop buying food behind you? Have you ever seen that? I ain't never seen that. I've never seen a Chinese person standing in the sub shop line with me. Never. I've never seen an East Indian buying Dunkin' Donuts.
Never seen none of them eat fried chicken.
Huh?
So I ain't never seen none of them eat fried
I
chicken.
ain't never seen them eat fried chicken. They frying it up for you. I don't even see the Koreans eating the soul food that they sell.
No. Maybe eating some seaweed type.
Yeah, they be eating seaweed and cabbage and more than all that other type of stuff. You know what I mean? And rats and bats and dogs. And
Right.
that's where that coronavirus came from.
Right, yeah. They won't eat a pig. Well, they eat all the pig, but it's always the unclean. They specialize more in the unclean thing.
Yeah. Yep. They eat everything unclean.
Everything unclean. The most abominable unclean.
The Chinese lady eating the octopus,
Yeah.
but it was still alive.
Did you see the one when the octopus attacked her?
The octopus attacked her face, yeah. That's what she did. Stupid broad. But the whole point is, right? We look to a nation of people that cannot save us. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
We're looking for people that cannot do anything and will not do anything for us. We think something new is going to happen after 55 years. You would think people would catch on like, we the most catch. You know what's funny? Boy, I see what you're trying to do. Now I ain't letting that nigga get over on me. again. He did that the first time. But we can't recognize that when the other nations do it to us. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
We complain and we complain and we complain when we see our own people do something half slick. But these people get up on a podium, they get on TV and they promise you the world and never give it to you. They promise you independence and never give it to you. They promise you civil. Think about civil rights. What the hell is civil rights? Right? What is civil rights of the United States? You would have no need for civil rights. You understand what I'm saying? If you were any kind of citizen of the United States, you would need no need. There would be no for civil rights because every law under the Constitution would protect you. But because you're not an vote and vote, we will vote because we need protection. We need protection. What is voting? The voting for 55 goddamn years. And what has it gotten? What has it gotten us? What has it gotten us?
Not a damn thing.
Not a damn thing. We need to separate from these people. The only thing that's going to protect our people is us separating. I ain't talking about moving to a whole new country and changing zip codes and zones and all of that. We can do that right here. Think about this, right? Think about this. Everybody think about this. Have you ever been boycotted? Not so. You ever been boycotted?
Never.
Yeah, you have. Everybody been boycotted. All blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians have been boycotted. Matter of fact, you're being boycotted right now. It's actually called a silent boycott. And what happens is it's them, but they refuse to buy anything from you. That's a silent boycott.
Okay.
Now, when you had your shop down there on Pennsylvania Avenue, how many Chinese people came in there and bought some from you?
None.
Exactly. That's a silent boycott. But see, us as Israel, we don't recognize when people are boycotting us. Koreans boycott you every day. The East Indian boycott you every day. The African boycott you every day. Not to mention the white man boycotts you every day. The Korean boycott you so hard that when you try to move, but we keep running into their shop and we keep supporting them. Chinese Koreans don't even do their hair. How can somebody who doesn't do their hair sell you a hair product? How the hell can somebody who doesn't even do their nails do your nails? Black women, Hispanic women, and they choose to give these people your business and let them send their children through college. You let them build communities. They build communities and put their name on it off of your money. How can we allow these people to do this? This is the reason why the Most High tells us to separate from these people.
Right.
Are always at odds with the Most High. We are always in transgression of the Most High. This is the reason why their main meal, think about this, every commercial that you see today, that's food, all that pork, everything McDonald's got pork. Everything. Got bacon, got sausage, got something on it. Things that you do, even when you go into the sub shop, they got all kinds of pork and beef, pork and all kinds of out there too.
And the Arabs, they selling you the pork too.
Yeah, Arabs selling you pork too.
The Muslims, they selling you pork.
They fake though, but they ain't even supposed to touch it. But the spot around my way,
Yeah.
they got pork all up in there.
Right.
That's how I know they fake Arabs. As a matter of fact, it might just be regular Pakistani. Like this.
They all the same.
You understand?
Pakistan and Iran.
You know?
They all circle that that rock.
Right. Exactly. That cobblestone.
Mm-hmm.
Did we finish that?
No.
Go ahead.
And in nakedness.
And in nakedness. That's clothing right there. If you need clothing, that's where you gotta go to, right?
Right.
You gotta go to your oppressor for clothing.
Right.
Go ahead.
And in one of all things.
And in one of all things, anything we need, think about it. You gotta pay your right. You gotta pay the oppressor for water in your house.
Right.
You got to pay for gas and electric to your oppressor. And the thing about it, think about this, right? They get real slick with it, because they charge you a kilowatt hour.
Mm.
Who knows what the hell a kilowatt hour is? You know what a kilowatt hour is?
I know it's high voltage.
No. Let me ask you. Do you know what a kilowatt hour is?
Not an hour.
You don't know what a kilowatt hour is, but you pay a gas and electric bill, right?
Right.
So you don't know why you pay a gas and electric bill. You don't even know. You don't know if he burning.
I know you burning me.
Listen, check this out. I'm asking you a question I don't even know,
The,
but I'm paying a gas and electric bill.
it's a couple of charges on there that you don't even know.
Kilowatt hours, even the way that they charge you for water bill, right? They put the water meter in the ground. You can't even check the water meter your goddamn self. They charging you for a water bill. The water meter is in the ground. You can't even see if this is right. You just have to assume maybe this oppressor who lies all the time, maybe he might be telling me the truth this time when my water bill comes through. Kilowatt hour. I've been trying to figure that out for the life of me for a long time. I don't even know how they multiply and add that shit up. Excuse me, it's a lot. I don't even know how they add that thing up. You understand what I'm saying? Kilowatt hour. What is that? Is it anything like a whole hour? Is that like 1/4 of an hour? What is it? What is a kilowatt hour? How do you measure a kilowatt?
Huh.
Is it minutes? I mean, what is it? You know what I mean? I've been trying to unplug everything and turn everything off before I leave the house. Maybe my gas and electric bill will go down. I don't know. Somebody help me out with that. You know, how do you rate a kilowatt? Even when I look at the gas and electric bill, I be seeing a breakdown, what I think is a breakdown. I don't know if it's right or not. But if the bill low, I'm happy. You know what I mean? If it's low, I'm all right. You know what I mean?
I got hollers.
Yeah, I know this stuff. You feel me?
Right.
But we trust in our oppressor. We trust in these people that we vote for. Most High tells us to separate ourselves. You understand?
Right.
And like I said, Zephaniah 21 says, that we come together, we gather come together, a nation not divide. We are the nation not divide. So when you are a person not divide, how can people who don't desire you, how can they play fair with you? Their intention is never to play fair with you. Their intention is to keep you underfoot. Their intention is to keep you a second-class citizen.
Mm.
You understand what I'm saying? That's their intention right there. You can never expect more than getting robbed. That's it. Ain't nothing more. You have to expect to get robbed by anybody from another nation. Everybody from all these other nations are alive. Think about it too, right? These Korean, Chinese, and everybody come over here and they are automatically above us. And they have their nose in the air like they're better than us. But think about this, right? If you was a millionaire or you was rich in your own country, would you go to another country to make it big? Hell no. Because you're already rich in your own country, right?
Right.
So if you're rich in your own country, why do these people come here? Because this is the poor and this is the low life of their country. These are the people who are under your feet and treating you like garbage.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? So how can you let a people come over here who are low life and who are the lowest of the low treat you like garbage? How would we do that? The Chinese man up in New York said it best. He said, you know what he said? He said, because we have no dignity. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
The Korean man said, because we have no dignity. So these people have no dignity. No matter what happens to them, if you put up a sale sign, they'll forget about everything that they have. If you give them a little bit of money, they'll forget about everything they have. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
He said we have no dignity.
That's deep.
How can you buy from people who think less of you? And not only that, these people are less than us. They are under our feet.
Right. Some of them go home to mud huts.
Mother. These people send money back to their people to help their people out. That same chicken wing, chicken box, chicken and fries that you buy, they send that money back to their people to help their people to bring them up out of the mud huts. And we continue to give them our money.
Mm.
We continue to vote the people in office who allow them to come over and rob us. This is what voting gets us. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
This is what voting gets us. You know? We will never learn. We will never learn. Let's do this. Let's go to
You want me to finish this?
go ahead, finish.
And in one of all things, and he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck until he have destroyed thee.
We have put a yoke of iron. Listen, we have a yoke of iron around our neck right now.
Mm-hmm.
We don't own anything in our neighborhood. We are at the beck and call of every nation in our midst.
Right.
And we are a destroyed people.
Yep.
We are a destroyed people. We got squeegee kids out there. I have never seen a Chinese squeegee kid. I've never seen an East Indian squeegee kid. I have never seen an African squeegee kid. I have never seen any other nation out there squeegeeing windows but us. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
We are destroyed people. And because we are destroyed people, and because we don't look to our own, this is how the other nations treat us. This is the reason why they say we have no dignity, because we don't look toward our own. And then you got a bunch of dudes that say they are a bunch of combined billionaires. Combined billionaires, right?
Mm-hmm.
And what do they do for their own people? Nothing. What do Nothing.
Nothing.
We are the only nation that does that. Every other nation takes care of their own people.
But like you said earlier, you know what I'm saying? About the all the black millionaires getting together with Jay-Z and all them. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody built up a wreck,
Listen, they ain't built up a wreck. They
a
ain't built up
playground,
They
a
ain't built up
school.
a playground. They ain't built up nothing. And a playground that's meaningless with the money that they got. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
It's meaningless. And I'm going on the scale of a school, a mall, and employ our people. The Chinese people got Chinatown, and they employ all of their people. Little Italy got all of those restaurants and everything else, and employ their people. Greektown, right up the street from here, used to be at. They got all of their stores and employ their own. And you got these show-off ass niggas. They got all this money and don't do nothing for people. And they really think they made it big. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
But let them say one thing against that oppressor. Check out. But we all know that our oppressor will have an end. And the thing is the most Christ says what? He said, the kingdom of heaven is at hand, right? The kingdom of heaven is at hand. The kingdom of heaven is at hand.
Right.
We stick together. We stick together. We put our money in our own people's hands. We start doing business with our own people. The kingdom of heaven. We start supporting our own people. We start doing for our own people. We start looking out for our own people. The kingdom of heaven is at hand. When our money start rotating in our own neighborhood, taking care of our own people. But it's a condition that you live in, right? And if it's a condition that you live in, the kingdom of heaven is at hand. When we start doing business and we start doing for our own, and we start depending on our own, we'll be in the kingdom. The kingdom of heaven is at hand. You understand what I'm saying?
Oh.
It's that simple.
Right.
Why do you think Christ said it? Because it was that simple. But because Christ knew that we had people who don't believe, when you got a people who don't believe, these are the things that happen. This is what makes it so hard. Think about this. When we go out there and we talk about our people, we try to bring our people back to the Most High. We tell them the issues that we have. You have people that can listen to that, right? And as soon as you start to talk about the oppressor, oh no, that's it right there. You just crossed the line. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
People just don't get it. They don't understand. Our people just don't understand. The kingdom of heaven is at hand. If you begin to understand what these words mean, the kingdom begins to being built. And because we don't understand, because we don't listen to the prophets that the Most High sent, we'll never understand. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
Where we at? Let's go to Amos 9 and 4. This will be my last scripture right here. Amos 9 and 4.
Said Amos chapter 9. It's like
Amos chapter 9, verse 4. And through they go into captivity,
Say that again.
and through,
No.
and though,
There we go.
slack, and though they go into captivity before their enemies,
And though they go into captivity before their enemies, we in captivity right now before our enemies. A lot of people don't understand that. You know what I'm saying? We in captivity right before our enemies. What are our enemies doing? They feeding us. They giving us what they want to give us. You understand? Just like a slave master gave you his scraps, right?
right.
So just like when you go to that supermarket in an urban neighborhood, you get the worst of what's left over. And they charge you the most. For the worst. I went to Food Depot one day. You know what I mean? I get the little tag, right? Something that 8 pounds. They charge me $3.19. You go straight up the street to the giant, and they charge me $1.29 for the same load of hot dog. You understand what I'm saying?
Good night.
But the whole point is this is what they do. Because as in an urban neighborhood, they know you can't go too far. So this is your only option right here. And then they know you're getting raped when you go to the Arab corner store. So they know basically this. And though they go into captivity before their enemy, we are in captivity before our enemy. Our enemies feed us what they want to feed us. Our enemies do what they want to do to you. our enemies will get over on you whenever it is necessary. Go ahead.
Thence will I command the sword,
Thence will I command the sword. Go ahead.
and it shall slay them,
Read on.
and I will set my eyes upon them for evil
And not for good.
and not for good.
This is what the enemy is there for. The enemy is there to slay us. The
Right.
enemy is there to destroy us. This is what the enemy is whole purpose is for. But we keep looking for our enemy to save us. We keep looking for a nation to save us that could not save us.
Right.
This is what. Go ahead.
Now, I would just say it's super heavy that you bring that out because we got to be totally destroyed if, every time I go down Lexington Market, and I see, Moab serving chitlins, which is per, pig
Making them kill.
pig poop, pig poop and rectum.
Right.
That's what you smelling when you smell the chitlins.
Rectum hole, and rectum tract.
Right. And you can't really get rid of the smell because you just can't. But we are so destroyed, we are eating it. We made it out of a delicacy.
And you eating a foot.
A foot. That look,
And you eating the head.
and the skin looks like a white human,
Wow. Look like a fist. Look like that.
like a white boy fist.
My mother never could get me to eat that crap.
Never could get me even, ever. That was just the most high.
I love that. Yeah, and with that, I'm gonna turn the class over to Priest Officer. So,
Security announcement. We are the Isupk coming out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commandant General Yohana. New rules for brothers and sisters. When a new brother or sister come into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They're here to be saluted only. They're here to show themselves for the world. After 6 months, if a brother or sister have an interest in a particular person, then he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There's another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After the 6 month period, a brother or sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. You can find this in Numbers chapter 18, verse 21, and Malachi chapter 3, verse 8 through 10, means 10th in Hebrew and is pronounced Ma'ashera. 10% of any penny increase the Lord gives you, you give to the Treasury Department or teacher. Priest fund, free will offering, not mandatory whatsoever you like to give. Upcoming holy event, we got the Feast of Purim coming up in February. And then we got the 51st annual Passover. Commander General Hunter is telling all camps to come to the Passover. Check Isupk for further details and check with your head of the school. Remind every Akim and Abalim to check on social media such as Isupk.com, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and so on and forth for Isupk material. If a brother wants to become a trooper in the school, then he is to start wearing all black, which include black boots, shirts, pants, headbands, or scarf. With that, we're going to give one courtesy salute to the teacher. Maya Shabbat, Maya Rock.
Yahba Shimi Amshabrakatha. Yahba Shimi Amshabrakatha.
Class dismissed.